Good morning, students. Today we are going to complete our chapter Going Places, and it is concluding part and eighth video of this chapter. Okay, so we have come to know that Sophie is a daydreamer. Sophie is a daydreamer, always lost in her dreams of becoming rich. Though in reality, her future is reserved at Biscuit Factory. We have already understood that what were her fantasies to open a boutique or to be an actress. Then we have come to know that her family status. Okay, and Sophie always wanted in search of her brother's affection, in a hope that one day someday he would take her on a ride, because Sophie had created some special fascination of those places because they were unknown to her and remained out of her reach. Then we have come to know that Sophie had disclosed that she met Danny Cassie to her brother Geoff. Geoff, although believed her partially, but not believed on on that part that Sophie was going to meet him next week, and he would means what Danny Cassie would give her an autograph. Then of course he did not believe that part. Then Frank. Frank means Jancy's brother was informed that Sophie met Danny Casey, and at school Sophie was inquired. Okay, Jancy would like to ask her, means what? Jancy would like to ask where did she meet Danny Casey, how was the meeting and all. And at that time Sophie felt very uncomfortable and bad because she did not want to share this secret among others. She had created this story or imagination just to impress her brother. Okay, so it was there. And other part is that Sophie was attracted towards Danny Casey because Danny Casey was a famous football player, and moreover at the teenager age everyone has a charm or attraction for someone. So same thing was happened with Sophie. And then finally we have come to know that Sophie went to means what that Sophie went to a canal. After it was dark, Sophie went through a sheltered path along a waterway because she would like to sit on a wooden bench. Okay, and imagine herself a lover. She got lost in her imagination of Cassie coming to meet her. After a while she realized that he was not coming, and it was just her imagination. So finally we have come to know that many thoughts came to Sophie's mind. She waited for Danny to come, but he did not come to meet her. She felt a deep pain inside her. She thought that people did not believe her story, and then she felt like many changes were taking place inside her. All this was very painful, and she wanted to leave now, means she wanted to take a exit from her imagination and from her dream. And then finally we have come to know that Sophie became sad, and she felt it to be very tough to bear the burden that Danny did not come to meet her. She had been waiting for him, though she knew that he would never come. She was always worried about how people would doubt her and disbelieve on what she said. She also thought that Job would beat hard against the door on her face. Okay, on her face. Why? Because as she did not get an autograph. And then finally she was walking back to her home. She saw her father's bicycle in front of the pub. She felt happy that she would not have to face her father on reaching home. While going back while going back to her home, she again assumed something. Excuse me, but aren't you Danny Casey? Coming through the arcade, she pictured him again outside Roy's. He turns, reddening slightly. Yes, that's right. I watch you every week with my dad and my brothers. We think you are great. Have you noticed this line? Have you noticed this line that I watch you every week? Means that Sophie had personally never. Sophie means what that had never gone through any meeting. She only watched match at United, and then with that match, she had developed a liking for Danny Casey. She was attracted towards football player. So over here we can say that he turns reddening slightly. Yes, that's right. I watch you every week with my dad and my brothers. We think you are great. Oh well, now that's very nice. I wonder, would you mind signing an autograph? His eyes are on the same level as your own. His nose is freckled. His nose is freckled. Freckle means pale or brown spot on his skin. Freckled and turns upwards slightly, and when he smiles, he does so shyly, exposing teeth with gaps between. His eyes are green, and when he looks straight at you, they seem to shimmer. They seem gentle, almost afraid, like a gazelles. And you look away, you let his eyes run over you a little, and then you come back to find them slightly breathless. Means what? That while Sophie was returning to her home, her home, she passed through the Royce boutique. She again imagined meeting Danny Casey. She again tried to initiate a talk with him by asking him if he was Danny Casey, and also asks for an autograph. And he says, I don't seem to have a pen at all. You realize you haven't, means over there. You realized, and he says, I don't seem to have a pen at all. Means what? That you realize you haven't either. My brothers will be very sorry. You say. And afterwards you wait there alone in the arcade for a long while, standing where he stood, remembering the soft melodious voice, the shimmer of green eyes, no taller than you, no bolder than you, the prodigy, the prodigy, fine, means genius, the innocent genius, the great. Prodigy means with exceptional qualities, the innocent genius, the great Danny Casey. And she saw it all again last Saturday, means it was last Saturday when they went to watch that match United. Can you remember? On Saturday. So and she saw it all again last Saturday, saw him ghost past the lumbering defenders, heard the 50,000 catch their breath as he hovered momentarily over the ball, and then the explosion of sound as he struck it crisply into the goal, the sudden thunderous eruption of exultant approbation. You know कि if India needs one run, इंडिया को एक रन चाहिए सामने वाली टीम के लिए IPL में, और अगर इंडिया को मीन्स एक रन चाहिए और हम ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ में खेल रहे हैं या न्यूजीलैंड के साथ में, और वो एक रन अगर लास्ट बॉल पे या 6 रन लास्ट बॉल पे मिलता है, तो हाउ डू वी फील ओवर देयर. सेम थिंग सोफी का यहाँ पे एक्सप्रेशन था लास्ट सैटरडे जब उसने मैच देखा था और जब उसने गोल किया था, और 50,000 जो लोगों की जो सांसें थी वो सब होल्ड हो गई थी कि डैनी कैसी जो है वो गोल कर पाएगा या नहीं कर पाएगा एट दैट टाइम. तो शी इमेजिन दैट थिंग इन द मीटिंग. ओके, so we have come to know when she asked for an autograph, they both realized that none of them had a pen or a paper. She felt sad for her brothers. When Cassie left, she kept standing there thinking of his sweet voice, green eyes, innocence, and his geniuses. Then her imagination took her to the football match. फिर उसने उसको फुटबॉल मैच को याद किया. She had watched with her family last Saturday. She imagined of Danny Casey striking the goal in such a heroic way that she felt an explosion on the football ground. Explosion of people means people loudly applauded over there, and she felt so overjoyed with the winning of United team and with the heroic performance of Danny Casey, her hero. Means Exultant, you can write down overjoyed. Approbation means acceptance. Okay, so have you understand this point that she had never she had never seen Danny Casey anywhere. She never met personally. Only in personal she saw Danny Casey at match, and from that match, she had developed a liking for the opposite sex. Why? Because Danny Casey was a famous player, and moreover, he was handsome. So it is the, you can say, trait of teenagers to be attracted towards opposite sex. It happens to everyone. Same thing was happened over here. There was nothing wrong in seeing the dreams and all, but the chapter says to you that we all have to see the dream in our limits. But the other part is that you can cross the limit if you are determined, if you are a hard worker, then you have the ability to achieve your dream. So this is the chapter, and now we will start our new chapter. But prior to that, I'll send you one justification of this chapter. Justification of this chapter, because nowadays usually what is asked in board exam, justification of the title. Fine. So I hope that you all have understood the chapter, and today's assignment is go through the chapter and learn short question answers. Thank you. Have a nice day.